Yo, what is up, armies? Welcome back to my channel. So I will try this again since it wasn't working out, but hopefully this will be better. So I'll be pretty much what will be the difference between Coast and LCC. I want to start with LCC first because I feel like LCC is way more like of an intense, like a lot of too much information I want to say for LCC. So we're gonna have to start that first and then Coast. Since this is my first year at Coast anyway, so we did less stuff than LCC because I've been there for 4 years now. So I feel like I should actually like take out my experience when I was there, all my years and all the fun activities and all that stuff, and then I was doing Coast after that. So let's get started. Alright guys, so for LCC, I'm gonna start it off with my first year first. So it was my first year. It was the year that I was really nerve-wracking. I was really nervous at the time. I didn't know what to expect. Everything and all my emotions. I really have mixed emotions when I was there. Because at the time I didn't really have any friends except for Finn. So it was a really hard day when I was there. But I sooner get to work on it and to just relax, because I just don't know how things would go or anything like that. I was just there just to like see what the whole like school is about, right? And so someone told me the inside was like, don't be nervous. Once you get used to it, then you will know the entire campus. So this is what I take. This is what I took my wisdom for, and I just show it. You know, I just feel free, and then I just relax on my muscles and see how things would go. And I had I was in the wrong state of mind. But then someone told me everything will be okay. Everything will be not too rough on yourself. To just keep on, just be on the high, not be in the low. So yeah, so that was LCC. That was my first year in LCC at the time. I didn't know what was all about the cheerleading, the dancing and stuff like that, and all the sporting events, stuff like that with the pep rally and then theater and all of that, the drum line and everything and all the fun stuff. I want to say I feel like LCC is way more of a school that is really active. I feel like they're way more sporty, right? They're real, they have a bunch of sports there and stuff like that, and it was pretty cool because I didn't get to know that info that much when I was there for the first time. So it was really hard for me to understand that school well, you know. And then in my sophomore year was different because then I would get used to the school. But I still have to get familiar with the classes, I would say, right? When I was there, at that time I wasn't in the right state of mind. I was actually talking about girls, and thinking about them was just, I don't know, it was just kind of weird for me. And then with the stars, the whole galaxy stuff and everything. You guys may not know, but my mom's dad recently passed away. It wasn't like recently, but it was like a long time ago when that happened, and so that reminds me of him because I miss him a lot. And so he's always really funny and everything. So yeah, so whenever I see stars or the galaxy in science class, that reminds me of him. So whenever I see a picture of a heart or a star, that got me in tears like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, because like when I see it, my heart would get weaker. When I see stars, my I would have tears coming down. So, you know, it can be okay if, you know, to cry, but it's okay to cry, but you have to know that you're learning it. You know, your body, your all different part of your body and everything, and it is really hard, but you have to get used to it, to that subject, because I know some people might think that you get weaker or in emotional state in that, but nothing to worry about because all you're doing is learning about it and learning about your entire body parts and everything, you know. And with the solar system, that also to it, you know, to learn about the solar system and different planets and stars. So I kind of get it, but it can be really hard for me to learn if it this kind of stuff. So yeah, so that is the reason why that was a really hard for me to process. And so I had to go. So I had to run to the office so I can actually like talk to someone that I feel comfortable with. So I can talk to them and all of that. So I went to the counselor and yeah, I just talked about it because there was also a thing too that kept me going. So that was that too, but that was okay because, you know, I never knew that this would happen to me in this type of way, but then everything would be good at the end though. And then in my junior year, my third year in school, I didn't knew for a fact that Finn will be graduating this fast since this is his senior year, and I know I'll get like inspiration anxiety, you know what I mean? Because I know that Finn is my teddy bear, you know, Finn's my doggy, and I know that, you know, he is the only person that I felt comfortable with at the time in LCC, but I knew for a fact I have to be independent of myself too, so I have him, you know. A good thing is that I have my girl. That's why I have my girl for me to help me to be more independent, to advise me with to advise me some things to keep me going, and you know, so then also my guy told me to, like, you know, like, just keep on going, don't give up now, and you know, you're too far in, you just keep on going into your senior year. So whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, let's keep on going, let's see what all this is all about. So once I think this through, once I see what's going on, boom, you know, I get used to the school now, you know, get to use, you know, and get to used to my classes and everything. So it's a good thing too that I have to keep on going, push myself and to my limits and all of that. And it's not just about that too, but I feel like my girl, because she always helped me, you know. She always fixed my emotions. She always knew what I'm doing. She was there for me in different ways, you know. Yeah, and it's really hard sometimes, but to go through that emotion and the mixed emotions, all the mistakes. But my girl and my guy told me well, and they teach me everything they could, and they teach me and they get to help me in any different ways, and they help me, you know, stand back on my own 2 feet again. So that's a good thing that they help me get me motivated, and to help me get used to everything, you know. And yeah, I do stand up for myself too, you know. I cannot just rely on them, but they're amazing, you know, supporters, and they help me, you know, to go through all of this. And yeah, that's why it was an amazing year, you know, in my junior year. But I love school now. And then now in my senior year, this was the time where I was thinking about grad night, prom, graduation, all of that, boat dance. I was really excited for that, and I didn't. You know, I was really excited for that, and when I think of that, they get me motivated. They get me really hyped up for me to actually like go through all of my phases in life. And you already know this because like being in LCC in my senior year, I'm like, my mind is like blown away, like this, you know, like I have never knew that this would happen, you know. being in my senior year, doing this is like, this is what I want to pursue it in, going through with it, you know? I'm literally about to walk across the stage to Coast. So I was like, wow, I'm doing it. I really am doing it. So it was crazy how I get to at least go through that, you know, before I go to Coast. So, also not just that too, but I feel like my connection with them, I feel like, I don't know how to say it. All my connections with them and stuff is like a lot different because I pretty much grew up there for 4 years. I consider them now as my family, you know, like, and everything. It's just like, you know, it's just like, yeah, I mean, you guys already know everything. Like, you already have seen all my YouTube videos on my channel, and all my latest videos I've done is like super intense, super sick, and how I get to be in there for like how many years I've been in there. I don't know how to say it, but like it's super like I had a dream in mind where I want to go along with this journey to be who I am right now, right? Because all of my 4 years in high school, I was in my old place, right? But now I moved to this new place. It's a lot different scenery, a lot of different things here and there. But then, you know, is that I built so much memories there, and all the experience I have there for 4 years is, you know, that takes hard work and gut for this to happen in the position, you know, and all the memories, all the connections I've made there, all my friends and family that have been supporting me throughout all my years there, and it's like super sick at how I get to actually like work on it, to pursue on this stuff, and it's not just about friends and family too, but like also who I'm with when I was there. And I don't consider them as my friend or anything like that, you know, like something like this random, but also they're like my family because I've been growing up with them for 4 years. You know how hard it is, right? I've been in there for so many years now. I feel like they're not like my family, you know. They're always there for me. They're always there to stand up for everybody there, that newcomers into the school. And bro, you know how hard it is for me to actually like grow up in that stage of life where I can consider myself to be more independent, you know, to be more socialized with other people. I feel like I have way more, I feel like I'm considerate, you know. I feel like I have my own ways that I can actually help people, and not just about my you know, like my disabilities, like I don't know how to say it, but like I feel like my disability doesn't affect me that much, I would say, because all of my disability are now in the past. They're in me, but the new me, the 2.0 blonde hair new me is a lot different now, right? Like on the outside of myself, outside of me, it's a lot different, right? It's a lot different. I have pursued it. I have dreamed of doing this. I've wanted to do it for so long, until now becoming to reality is something what I want to do. It's something what I really want to be like this as a YouTuber. So that is why being in LCC is something what I really do want this thing to happen, because they not just taught me about education, but it taught me all about my resilience, my bravery, my integrity, everything that builds up to the way that I want to do this thing now. Because this is not just about what life is all about and what is this all about and this and that, you know. Like doing this is not different than what I think it is, because this is not just about like school or anything like that. Because like doing school is about education and socialize with other people and just keep on going, you know, pushing on that endurance, just build on that mark. But for me, what I am seeing in my perspective was a lot different. A lot of things that's different for me because I feel like I'm way more of a person where I want to grow out my channel and to expand it and to like big in LCC. I feel like that is the only person that I'm actually filming everything, like everything, bro. Like I'm not just a student there or a friend there. You know, like I'm also a YouTuber when I was there. You know, I feel like I'm not just a YouTuber or a content creator or a student being an LCC. You know, I feel like and a maverick. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot different. A lot of things that's different for me because a lot of things are now like this. But when I walk across the stage, bro, it's all different now. You know, like just think this through, right? Just think this through. Ryan, Neva, and Amy, those three persons, they literally burst out into flames like the phoenix in the sky, right? They dig deep in their inner stage, in their own spirit animal. They push it out, and they ignore it, right? They ignore it. They focus on their minds to actually like bring it out, the spirits up high, to get it wild, to be free, to on that. Because, you know, they're just like mountain lions, right? They go on top of the mountain, right? It's just like when they go across the stage. You know, they work hard and they keep on going, and their endurance, their resilience, their bravery, their honesty, their loyalty, everything, integrity, everything is like built in that stage. So that's why whatever it is, they're always number one. They're always a step ahead of us. And for me, it's a lot different, you know? Because for me, I literally put all my heart and soul into this. I'm a part of a red dragon that reached up to the flames and beyond. You know, I'm also a black belt master. It's like my first degree in that stage, and that is like the only thing that helps me to grow up, helps me to help, you know, just to help me to like go up into the flame with the wind beneath my wings. You know what I mean? And to actually get the wind on me and to just fly across the stage. Or just like what I am, you know, and what I do in my inner life, in my inner stage of life, and in my heart. I just keep on going. You know, my heart is full of battle. We never once stand a chance. And you already know, right? So there's why things sometimes we never fall apart in that. You know, we always think it through. We always put our minds to it, focus on this, and then we just go across the stage and we just make sure that everything is good. Because we don't just have our things toward the school, but also have connections towards the teachers and friends. You know what I mean? Because all the teachers and all the staff members and aides, they're all were different. You know? Because being in LCC, the teachers, like, you know, and stuff like that, I feel like we have a lot of connections, right? We build up in that world to boost it up like that, because, you know, right, what we build up in LCC, right? We said for that code, remember? Be the change, be a different, be a maverick, right? Those are the three those are the three codes. Those are the three phrases to be a maverick. And that is what our intentions were, right? When we were in Mavericks, when we were in LCC, that's what it takes to build up into that. So that's why LCC they have like a different inner stage of life, because the learning capability is different than what you think it is. because that school is based out of sports, and yeah, it's just different. And then now for Coast Academy, it's a lot different now because for Coast, like this is my first year of Coast right now, right? And so when I was thinking about going to Coast, I think about moving. Because when I'm moving to this new place, I was thinking about going to a new school, right? And a new school would be a lot different for me because it's a different vibe, a different experience, different things, and less sports, and less and different sporting events that I get to not do anymore when I was part of Mavs. But now being part of Dolphins is something different. It's something that is different. You know, we lose a lot of stuff, you know, but all it takes is just one swoop away and you're into a bunch of like, different stuff, right? With music, with Coast jobs and CBIs, but the CBS that we do now, I would say it's going out to the community, just have fun and stuff like that, you know, like all of that. Oh yeah. And then not just that too, but just like my girl Finn, you know, they both, including me. I feel like we're now in a different lifestyle because like I have all my friends now, like Jose, Brendan, right? Those two. There's Joe and all my favorite and all of my aides there that I love, and you know, so that was like also a thing too where I met Mr. Enrique, but then I realized that he was a full Maverick, right? And I realized that he was a full-time Mavericks because he was actually a assistant coach for the football team. So I knew for a fact that he would be right a part of LCC, but I feel like Mr. Jose is better because I get to have, you know, I get to talk to him more, and I feel like our conversations is better than ever. And I feel like the dream team is growing up, and it's just growing larger and larger. So just be with them is something what I consider like, you know, I had that feeling in mind that okay, this is like my own family now. You know, I have Miss Joe, I have Jose and Brendan, Jake, you know, Jonathan. I know Jonathan can't really talk as much, but I know for a fact that, you know, deep down he still has his own inner stage too, that, you know, it's hard for him to do this and that, but I know I do have patience and stuff like that, but sometimes I know that it's a lot different for him than me because I'm way more talkative than a lot of other people are, you know, so that is why, you know, I have to be in my best and just do it and stuff like that. This is like almost the end of the school year, so yeah. Alright guys, I think that's it for now. I feel like both of the two schools are different because one of them is less sports, one of them is have a lot of like fun activity sports, so it's a lot different, you know, but there's still a school, you know, there's still a school, but now what I go to is a community college, adult transition program, but then if it's for LCC is my adaptive program, so in Stampede squad, so it's a lot different, but it can be almost the same thing, but a little bit different than the activities that we do now in Coast, than in LCC, because they are way more competitive than what Coast is, you know what I mean? But I get it, you know, Coast is also pretty cool too, but I consider LCC more than in Coast because I've been with it for 4 years and you know how hard it is, right? So, alright guys, that's it for right now. I think I had a good time. This is a success video. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Peace.